What's going on, everybody? Israel Galindo here with a Meta-QS, missing our partner in crime today. She's on a cruise, on a boat. What? Shout out to our Meta-Q partner, Marcy. Hope you're doing well, enjoying that cruise. Today, we're actually going to be learning about MREs, what they are, what they do, and how they can really efficiently make your world a better place. But first, let's spin that logo. Ever want to be able to throw a ball across a room or pick up a bottle and drink it up all the way? Better yet, hop on a helicopter and fly away. These are called MREs, mixed reality extensions. You can use them in your world. So let's just say that. Let's just say you have a world set up where you visited worlds that are just plain and really have nothing going on. Today we're going to show you how this is animated, and this animated technology can fill those spaces, and you can interact with these things, get your hands on them, and really make your worlds extremely fun. Let's get to it. MREs, mixed reality extensions. These are programmable apps that you can use in your world to create programmable experiences to interact with the users in the space. This could be everything behind me: butterfly wings, headphones, animal heads, glow sticks. To give you an example of an interactive MRE, let's take example of this bar in front of me. When you bring this into your world, this extension, if you will, this plugin, the users can actually come in here and pick a drink up. An example, I can grab a beer and walk around the party with this in my hand. And I can get rid of it as well. If I want to change over to a little fancier, I can have something like this. Now, these depend on the programmability and the designer. Some designers give you something like this, that if I was to take something like this, I could drink it and you would see the liquid disappear or the ice fall to the ground if I did that. Some don't. This is an earlier version of an MRE that does not have that capability, but it does have the capability of vomit. As I'm talking and moving and all of that, I could turn the vomit button on, take one of these drinks, and as I'm talking to you and chugging it and chugging it and chugging it, eventually what will happen, it's automated in random times, I will start throwing up all over the place as I'm talking to you and discussing these items. So that being said, it's something programmable that is done in these environments to make sure that you can really have a lot of fun with what you're doing. In the example of behind us, let's just say you're going to a rave party and you want to look very festive. You could do something like this and have your animation built around your character, so it looks like I'm at a rave party or a very festive dance party. This is one of the reasons why we love MREs, because they really interact with the users and the world becomes a funner place to be than just a space to hang out with. Another cool thing about this is, we do have programmable animal heads. So as you can see now, I can walk around with this. I could tilt my head up and down. I could still see through the MRE, but now I have a new experience where it looks cooler, just like if I went to a costume party in the real world. So these are the type of things that you can do with MREs that are interactive. Been places to worlds that you end up going to and enjoying a snowball fight because you can pick up the snow and throw it at people. One of the cool things is a lot of these developers and programmers know that they want to have interactivity in their world, immersivity in their world, and really create these sets and these items for you to play with. So the question is, how much are they? Do they cost money? Are they free? Where do I get them? And all of that, whether you're a beginner or an advanced user. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the altvr.com website and make sure you have an account. Now, to get to the MRE section, you want to make sure that you have added all of the groups. We do have a video on that connected to this video here. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go to groups and you're going to go to all the groups. Now, if you've already done this, you don't have to do it again. A lot of these groups are people that have created shareable items, templates, MRE spaces, kits, things that they want to give you. So if you click on any one of these, you can just hit join. It'll ask you if you want to join, and then you are now now part of their group. And you continue to do that for all of the groups within the Altspace group feature. You can be selective or you can just select all. Now, if you also want to see what somebody has in their group, you can basically click on their item and they will tell you what they have. Some are very noticeable, free customs and kits. Some of them will tell you they actually have MREs in the system as well. So make sure that you've got all of that. Once you've got all of those items, you can go to MREs, you can go to friends, which is going to be everything shareable with you. And within this screen, what you're going to see is you're going to see all the different things that are out there. And examples of stuff that I actually have are going to be the wearables of the color wings, animal heads, and so on. So what does an MRE look like? Well, if I go to the color wings, you'll go something like this. And the MREs are always going to have WS, and are going to have this long string. This is your actual MRE. Now, we talked about an easy way to do it and a hard way to do it. The hard way to do it is trying to type that entire thing inside your headset with it on a piece of paper, and that is the hard way to do it. The easy way to do it is to copy it to a clipboard, go back to my MREs, create a new one, give it a name. Let's just call this Wings 2. In the URI, this is going to be where the MRE goes. I'm going to paste. If you want to give it a nice image, you can. If I go to pull an image, I just go to Google and type wings. And then under images, you can select any of these. Again, for me, I can just select any type of wings on here. So I'm just going to go back to using these right here. And I'm going to save the image. It'll tell me I'm saving it. I'm just going to call it wings. Go back to my spot. And again, you don't need this step. This is just so you can look pretty and look nice and be able to find them easier. You can give it a description. YouTube and handle is if you want people to follow you on those things. So I'm just going to create the MRE. It'll take a second to actually create it. And then here it is. If I want to modify and edit it, I could. Now, again, the long way is you type that entire thing, but we are not going to take the long way. So we're going to go back into our MREs by going up here. And these are the ones that I currently have. There's our wings too. Okay, now to show you how to get those into your world. When you have your Oculus on, as long as you have access and administrative access to your world, you're going to go to your world editor, just like that. And you're going to do to your editor panel. Once you go into the editor panel, as we have right here, all your kits are always going to belong in the mine category. Now, these MREs are always going to be considered SDK apps. These are external apps that are pre-connected to the application. So we want to make sure that we can get to that section. You'll have a list of your MREs. Now, my cameraman doesn't have MREs because he does not need MREs. Mine, in the example, would have a list of the MREs that I showed you on the screen behind us, behind this screen. Every one of those MREs, MaxiWare and the Matrix pool table and the Pets 2 would actually show up in this screen. So say, for example, my cameraman wants to add an MRE and I haven't shared anything with him. Well, one, I can share something with them, which I'll do right now so you guys can actually see that the cameraman will have shareable items. So what I'm going to do is let me close his screen right there. And then I'm going to share that wings with the camera guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on the screen behind us. And then I'm going to edit this screen. And right where it says share, I'm actually going to hit add friend. And I'm going to add my cameraman. So once I've added it, I'm just going to hit update. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to show you how he's got a pop-up on his screen saying that an MRE had now been shared with that person. Always get permission from the creator of the MRE unless you bought it yourself. Some creators, they sell it to you. They don't want you to sell or share their work with somebody else because it was created for one person, yourself. Because it's just my cameraman and I don't use him for anything except the camera. I'm going to share it to myself as I'm not going to be posting it in any worlds that he's in because, again, it's just the camera guy. So you can actually click the open link or I'm going to show you where he would find it. We go back to where we were on here, World Editor, Editor panel. He's going to go to the one that says Mine, SDK Apps, and he's going to have wings. Now, when he clicks wings, you're going to get this funny looking square box and a bunch of wings that are attached next to it. Now, when the little happy face is thinking, that means it's trying to generate the MRE to show up. If it does not come back as a happy face and it goes into a sad face, then it just doesn't work. And a couple of times you have to restart the application or reset Oculus. So once you've got it in here, what we can do is we can make it larger or smaller. I'm going to make it smaller so you can see it on the camera. And then I'm going to drag it so you can actually see what they look like. So let me grab the box over to you guys. And you can see that we now have these amazing wings that are usable and can be used to your liking. Everybody else in the world can also interact with the section. You can make them larger, you can make them smaller, you can put them anywhere so people can actually interact with them. If a user cannot interact with them, just tell them to exit the world and come back, and they should be able to interact with those MREs. Now, we did talk about the hard way of doing it and why that would be also an option. Say you are in a world that you are discussing MREs with and you really like something that somebody has and they want to give it to you right away. Again, they can share it with you with your screen name, but there is those times when you're having a conversation and somebody says, oh dude, type this MRE into your item so you can have it. So what you would do in those cases, an example, somebody coming to my world and offering to give me a free MRE, is you're actually going to start again into your world editor and you're going to go into Altspace. In Altspace, what we're actually going to find is we're going to find a couple of things. We're going to find SDK apps, as you can see right here. And you're also going to find some that are created for you, and some of them that you can actually type in yourself. In this example, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into the basics. We're going to go into the MRE apps. And this is where you're going to type the MRE. In the example of the butterfly wings, it would be something like this. And you would do mres.altvr.com. And you would continue to do / so on, so on, so on, with a bunch of numbers. Once it's done, you're going to confirm it, and your MRE will actually be loading into your environment. Now, doing it that way, it is very difficult because you got to type it, and you only have a little digital keyboard that is very slow at times, and you probably are going to miss a few characters, so it's always easier to go ahead and do it while you're on the computer versus doing it while you are in your Oculus headset itself. So adding them into the world the easy way or the hard way just goes back to, can I use any MREs anywhere at any time? If you bought them, if you shared them, if you got them from someone and they are allowed to use in your world, yes, you can definitely do that. Can I wear MREs? Can I get wearables where I have, a collar glowing on my neck, or a different hairdo that shoots fire, or my suit changing colors? Yes, those also are MREs that can be wearable MREs. That is another video for another time, but you can definitely do that as well. In the example where I can wear headphones around my neck as a DJ, that would be something that we can also do as long as the MREs are shared with you. So here's a fun one for you. If you follow Luminosity in the groups, you can see that he makes a lot of animated MREs that are interactive as games, and that's his niche. He likes to make games and interactive toys that people can play with. In this example, we have a full working pool table that can be interactive and be used by many players here in Altspace and Metaverse to be able to actually play a full game of pool and be really interactive with all its players. Here's my pool stick, and I can definitely continue to play it. Some of them are easy to work. Some of them take practice. In this example, I'm trying to do it on a desk with my headset on and being able to hit the ball. There you go. And it does have the sound effects of a pool table having a great game. A lot of these are free. Some you do have to pay for, but look around and see what else you can find. You can also Google MREs/Altspace in Google or any search browser to get other ones available out there for you as well. Okay, again, so we hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to ring that bell, subscribe, all the fun stuff as you already know. And for copyright reasons, we really won't be able to play the soundtrack to this track behind us, but just know that this is epic. You got New Kids on the Block, Invoke, Rick Astley, and Salt and Peppa in one video. How cool is that? So putting it on here for you, I'll be doing a dance out. I'm DJ Is Radio, aka the Metaverse Meta-QS. I'll see you on the next one.